Shifting from temporary happiness to genuine happiness. This video is going to show you how to rely on happiness outside of oneself, which doesn't last long and keeps you unsatisfied, and it's always wanting more, to genuine happiness, meaning you can learn to be happy without any external things such as attachments and possessions. So genuine happiness doesn't mean you have to give up your attachments and possessions. It means you can learn to become happy with or without any of these in the physical world. Because your happiness, it radiates internally rather than externally. And I'll explain both of them, then I'll show you how to make the shift. So first, let's talk about temporary happiness. Temporary happiness, I call it temporary because it means you're only happy when you get your needs met. Almost the whole world lives in this state of temporary happiness. They say, when I get more money, I'll be happy. When I get a promotion at my job, I'll be happy. When I finally get married, I'll be happy. Then when they finally meet these needs, they may be happy for a little while, but as time goes by, they get comfortable with what they have, and then that happiness fades away. Then they're right back to the drawing board, wanting more. It's like an empty void trying to be filled. It's like a bucket with water with a hole at the bottom of the bucket. People spend their whole life going through this process. It's always more. Then one day, they finally get to the deathbed and realize that they've been looking for happiness outside of themselves when it has been inside of themselves all along. So let's talk about genuine happiness. Genuine happiness is real happiness. It means you feel satisfied and complete no matter what. It's where if you're sitting on a park bench, or you're waiting at a stoplight for the lights to turn green, or you're at a party or social gathering, no matter what the circumstance or situation is occurring, you will be at peace with yourself no matter what, because your happiness radiates internally rather than externally. This is why Jesus said to be in the world, but not of it, or to wear the world like a loose garment. It basically means that your external world, it should not affect how you feel inside. So how do you go from temporary happiness to genuine happiness? How do you go from seeking happiness to finding the happiness which has always been there all along? How do you fill in the empty void? The answer is, pay close attention, to go from temporary happiness to genuine happiness, you need to let go of everything that you think is needed to make you happy. You need to let go of everything you thought you needed in order to make you feel happy. Letting go of it doesn't mean you won't become happy. It actually opens the doorways for your happiness to shine through. It's like removing the dark clouds in order for you to see the sunshine. Let go of wanting to be fulfilled. Let go of your attachments and possessions or whatever you've been clinging to. It doesn't matter whether it's an object, place, or thing. Start detaching yourself from it. You will not die. You will awaken. You will come to life. Everything you've been attached to or clinging to, this has all been created by the ego. Don't feel guilty. This is just part of the collective human dysfunction. The ego is a false identity of who we truly are, and its survival is based off seeking gratification, wanting more, needing more, desiring. It's never satisfied. Therefore, if you get more, you'll find yourself wanting more. The ego wants more than it wants to have. Since most of the world is run by the ego, they're always projecting themselves in the future, waiting for some life event to happen, always out in the future. The ego can never be fulfilled, and that is why most humans are suffering. Their whole life is projected on the past or the future. They project their worth on things they want to acquire, such as money, material needs, possessions, status symbols. And there's nothing wrong with these things in themselves, but when we identify and cling to them, that's when it becomes a problem. What you need to realize is that if your attachments can make you happy, then their absence can make you unhappy. This is why attachments and clinging to things of this world is called temporary happiness. But if you can let go of wanting and needing these worldly possessions, you can find genuine happiness. When you feel like nothing's lacking and you no longer want or need anything, you will not die. You will set yourself free. It's the feeling of freedom which creates genuine happiness and peace. So make it your mission to let go. And if you don't know exactly how to let go, I'll give you some great book suggestions, and they both transformed my life. One of them is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. He talks about the ego and how to disidentify with it. Another one is called Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender by David R. Hawkins. This book teaches you how to let go, and he goes into depth on how you can raise your consciousness just by learning to let go and detach from worldly phenomenon. I also made a video on my channel which shows you an exercise of how you can dissolve your ego so you can then radiate joy, which comes from the soul. And I really hope you guys got some great value from this video. And to sum it all up, going from temporary happiness to genuine happiness doesn't come from gain. It comes from removing what's been blocking your happiness in the first place. So if you let go of all your attachments, desires created by the ego, you will not die. You will awaken. Take care, everybody, and God bless your soul.